Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the Prime Minister receives the Ambassador of India to Djibouti in audience. For the international scene, the Palestinian embassy officially inaugurated in London, a historic moment. Welcome to our newsroom. Somali religious leaders mobilizes against Israel's violations of Somalia's unity and integrity, territorial integrity. The Council of Somali Ulema organized a popular demonstration yesterday in Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia. The gathering took place at the monument of the unknown soldier square located in the heart of the capital. According to the RTD's correspondent in Mogadishu, this mobilization aimed to denounce what the organizer describes as Israel's overt violations and aggressions against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Somalia. On this occasion, the Union of Somali Ulema issued a statement clearly expressing its position. In their speech, the Ulema recalled Somalia's unity since in 1960 and called for political dispute to be resolved through dialogue and peaceful means in respect of national unity and the country's higher interests. Meanwhile, citizens participating in the demonstration expressed their categorical rejections of any attempt to divide the country, reaffirming their unwavering commitment to the unity of the Somali state and the cohesion of its people. The Chinese foreign ministers began African tour, including Ethiopia, Somalia. Listen for more details.
The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, a member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China, began an official tour of Africa on January 7, 2026. His visit, lasting until January 12, will include stops in Ethiopia, Somalia, Tanzania, and Lesotho. During the tour, Wang Yi will attend the launch ceremony of the China-Africa Year of Human and Cultural Exchanges at the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa. The initiative aims to strengthen political, economic, and cultural cooperation between China and African countries. The visit also involves official meetings with leaders of the countries he's visiting to strengthen bilateral ties, discuss development projects, and promote regional cooperation, underlining China's strategic interest in Africa. Officials say the tour reflects China's commitment to deepening partnership across the continent. Observers note that these high-level visits could open new opportunities for trade, investment, and cultural exchange.
Prime Minister His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed received today in the honorary salon of the Prime Minister offices the resident ambassador of the Republic of India to Djibouti, His Excellency Shri Malsa Tang Kivum. On the courtesy visit, this cordial and trusted meeting reaffirmed the excellent relations of friendship and cooperation between Djibouti and India, based on long-standing human ties, regular political dialogue, and a growing dynamic of economic and sectoral partnership. During the discussion, Ambassador Kivum presented a report on the main achievements since assuming his duty in Djibouti, highlighting several bilateral initiatives aimed at strengthening exchanges and opening new cooperation perspectives. Key points including the Indo-Djibouti Economic Forum, which marked a major step in connecting business communities of both countries. On this occasion, a memorandum of understanding was signed to enhance cooperation in investment and business opportunities, particularly between the National Agency for Investment Promotions and Indian partner facilitating project support with the high impact. Discussion also addressed cooperation in the health sector with an upcoming visit of a delegation from the Djibouti Ministry of Health to India to establish a concrete partnership in pharmaceutical capacity buildings and access to expertise and technology. Regarding education and human capital, the ambassador highlighting the sending of 15 Djiboutian students to India, demonstrating the importance both countries attach to youth skills development and experience sharing to modernize priority sector. Under the chairmanship of the Honorable Member of Parliament Kamil Humad, the Commission for Social Development and Environmental Protection meet on Thursday, January 8, 2026 to examine draft law number 187 EN 25-9L on rural electrification. The session gathered the Commission members in the presence of Yunus Ali Ghedi, Minister of Energy in charge of Natural Resources, accompanied by his key collaborators. At the end of the discussion, the Commission approved the presented legislative framework and transmitted it to the plenary session for adoption. On the morning of Wednesday, January 7, 2026, around 9 a.m., a man set himself on fire in front of the cathedral opposite the court house. The prosecutor offices immediately ordered the opening of the judicial report. Listen to this report.
Dans la matinée du mercredi.
The public prosecutors reported that on the morning of Wednesday, January 7, 2026, around 9 a.m., a 57-year-old man set himself on fire in front of the cathedral located opposite the courthouse. He said that security forces and emergency responders intervened immediately, and the man, who was seriously burned, were taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. According to the prosecutor, all the findings, including statements from those close to the victim, indicate that he had been struggling with mental health issues. He added that the investigation is ongoing to collect all information necessary to understand the circumstances of the incident. The prosecutor also confirmed that the victim had no pending legal proceedings. He finally warned against spreading false information on social media, reminding the public that sharing rumors or misleading content is subject to legal action and criminal penalties.
This morning, the auditorium of the National Library and Archives hosted an official ceremony marking the transfer of a definitive batch of Prime Minister's Office archives to the National Archives Department on the National Agency for the Promotion of Culture. The ceremony included a visit by the Minister of Youth and Culture, Hiba Momin Asowe, to the archive facilities and technical equipment, highlighting the progress made in document preservation, classification, and security. The event underscored the importance of consolidating the institutional memory of the Prime Minister's Office, strengthening transparency, traceability, and good governance. The ceremony concluded with the official signing of the transfer records and a family photo symbolizing collective commitment to using heritage, archives, and culture as essential lever for national cohesion, intergenerational transmission, and sustainable development. The technical advisor to the Prime Minister's offices, Hassan Mohammed, has indicated the handover of this second batch of final archives from the Prime Minister's offices to the National Archives Department. This act reflects our government's ongoing commitment to preserving institutional memory, strengthening administrative transparency, and ensuring exemplary traceability of public decisions. Proper management of archives is a fundamental pillar of good governance and national development. The collaboration between the Prime Minister's Office and the National Agency for the Promotion of Culture perfectly illustrates the spirit of partnership and coordination that should guide all our institutions. It not only ensures the security of administrative documents, but also modernizes our method of preservation and classification, making them accessible to future generations. For her part, the Minister of Youth, Hiba Momin Asowe, emphasized that culture and documentary heritage are at the heart of our national identity.
Nous sommes réunis aujourd'hui pour un moment important.
The Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiba Mumin Asso, expressed her thanks to all the institutions, partners, and cultural actors involved in the ceremony marking the transfer of permanent archives from the Prime Minister's office to the National Archives Department of the ANPC. She said that the event highlights the ongoing efforts of the state to preserve national documentary heritage and strengthen good governance. She noted that her visit to the archives allowed her to see the progress made in conserving, organizing, and securing administrative documents, reflecting the authorities' commitment to modernizing public archive management. Dr. Hibamumin Asowe emphasized that the official transfer consolidates the institutional memory of the Prime Minister's office and promotes transparency, traceability, and good governance. She also pointed out that the ceremony demonstrated exemplary cooperation between the Prime Minister's office and the ANPC, paving the way for sustainable and harmonized management of public archives. Finally, the minister underlined that the event reflects a shared commitment to marking heritage, archives, and culture key tools for national cohesion, intergenerational knowledge transfer, and sustainable development.
The RPP Youth Activists Movement launches an interdepartmental football tournament. The Youth Activists Movement of the RPP launched the party's interdepartmental football tournament this Wednesday afternoon under the slogan, "You said yes to our hope. We will go into battle with you, Papa UJ." Through this sporting event, the young activists expressed a strong and unwavering message of support for the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. In anticipation of the presidential elections of April 2026, the opening ceremony took place in the presence of several members of the government, members of the party's executive councils, as well as the Vice President of the National Assembly, Safiya Elmi. Also brought together the various teams participating in the competition, as well as numerous RPP activists and supporters. Throughout this tournament, RPP Youth Activists Movement aims to promote a spirit of cohesion, fraternity, and political engagement while using sport as a vehicle for mobilization and unity. This initiative is part of the ongoing effort to support and mobilize young people around the party's ideals and the actions of the President of the Republic. As part of the inter-district football tournament organized by the popular Rally for Progress RPP officials, many officials were present at the ceremony, including the Minister of Communication in charge of Postal Communication, Radwan Abdullahi Badun, the Secretary of State for Sport, Hassan Kamil, and the Minister of Health, Ahmed Roble, as well as other party figures officially launched the opening match. The inaugural match pitted the RPP district team from Al-Hiba against the team from the neighborhood 5 in Djibouti City. From the kickoff, the match proved intense and captivating, with both teams displaying remarkable talent and fighting spirit on the field. Ultimately, the Al-Hiba team prevailed, winning with a decisive 3 3-1 victory, demonstrating their superiority and commitment to the competition. This opening match set the tone for the rest of the tournament, promising exciting encounters and a high level of play between the parties' various branches. Djibouti officially launched the Biodiversity Finance Initiative this morning at the Sheraton Hotel in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, the Ministry of Economy and Finance, and the UNDP with the support from Global Environment Facility. The initiative aims to provide the country with a national biodiversity finance plan, a key tool to mobilize, direct, and optimize the financial resources for biodiversity conservation and sustainable use. Officials, including the UNDP representatives, secretaries general of the environment and economy ministries, highlighting Biofin's role in promoting environmental resilience and sustainable inclusive economic development. The program seeks to innovative and sustainable financing solutions to bridge the gap between biodiversity needs and currently available resources, aligning environmental objectives with the national economic and budgetary priorities, and emphasizing biodiversity as essential for community livelihoods and national sustainable development. And now listen to the Secretary General of the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Abdelrazak Ahmed Idriss.
Cette initiative nous offre les
The Secretary General of the Ministry of Finance said that this initiative provides tools to explore and structure innovative financing. He noted that the ministry sees Biofin as a way to diversify funding beyond traditional budget, using tools like green taxes, payment for environmental services, and blue and green bonds. He added that it also helps optimize existing resources by improving the efficiency of public spending linked to nature. Moreover, he noted that it can attract private sector investment by creating a framework for sustainable projects that promote economic growth while preserving natural capital. He concluded that the goal is to make biodiversity management a real driver of economic development. He emphasized that the workshop marks the start of essential intersectoral collaboration to build a modern financial system capable of addressing the country's environmental and climate challenges.
Now listen to the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment, Mr. Dini Abdallah Umar.
la biodiversité.
The Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, Dini Abdullah Omar, said that it was an honor to address participants at the official launch of the Biofin program in Djibouti. He expressed the government's gratitude to the Global Environment Facility, UNDP, and the Biofin Global Initiative for their support in establishing sustainable financing for biodiversity. He highlighted that biodiversity is essential for the country's ecosystems, climate resilience, food security, and socio-economic stability. He noted that despite its importance, biodiversity remains underfunding with a significant global financing gap. He explained that the Biofin program provides a methodology to analyze financial flows, identify funding gaps, and propose sustainable solutions aligned with Djibouti's national biodiversity strategy. He emphasized that the program will help implement conservation measures, restore ecosystems, and strengthen the country's climate resilience in line with national and international commitment. Finally, he underlined that the workshop aims to mobilize all stakeholders to develop an inclusive and coherent national biodiversity financing plan.
On January 7, 2026, Colonel Wais Omar Bogore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, had the honor of welcoming with fuel protocol honors rendered by the Coast Guard officers upon their arrival at the home port of the new 35-meter patrol vessels, an important delegation from the House of Councillors of Japan's National Diet, led by Senator Ikwina Akiko, as part of an official visit to the Republic of Djibouti. The meeting was also attended by His Excellency Okashi Akihiro, Ambassador of Japan to Djibouti, as well as the resident representative of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. This visit held abroad the newly commissioned unit provided a unique opportunity to present the delegation with a comprehensive overview of the mission's operational capabilities and strategic role of the Djiboutian Coast Guard in maritime security and safety at the national, regional, and international levels, while highlighting the 35-meter patrol vessels acquired under the third phase of the project to strengthen operational capacities in maritime security and safety. During the visit, the delegation was able to explore the various components of these modern patrol vessels, demonstrating their robustness and operational performance. These hands-off experience offered a concrete insight into the level of excellences and capabilities now possessed by the Djiboutian Coast Guard. On this occasion, the delegation also conducted a tour aboard the patrol vessels of the Coast Guard operational area, particularly concerning the surveillance and securing of port complexes. The meeting was followed by an in-depth and constructive exchanges on the challenges of maritime security and safety in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the Gulf of Aden, and the Indian Ocean, as well as on prospects for strengthening bilateral cooperation in combating threats to maritime spaces. At the conclusions of the meeting, Senator Ikwina Akiko expressed her deep gratitude for the warm reception given to her delegations and commended the ongoing commitment of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, highlighting the crucial role the institutions plays in maintaining regional maritime security and safety. She particularly praised the 15 years of sustained efforts and dedication of Coast Guard has devoted to maritime security and safety, recognizing the remarkable work accomplished since its creation and its development into an essential actor for maritime stability.
وعيدا لو بغي فالذهب لغو قري قعدك قوابلي كبتدي سبوحو وعيدا لو بغي فالذهب لغو قري
وعيدا بلدكيو ورشدو
The annual religious gathering Ijtima' will be held at the Pika 23 Markaz from January 8 to 11, 2026. The National Gendarmerie will be fully deployed to ensure security and smooth traffic flow. Two traffic detours have been established and parking area will be available. Due to expected high attendance on Sunday, January 11, special traffic and security instructions will be communicated and adherence is mandatory. For the regional scene, convoys of the National Shield Forces arrived in Aden, while reinforcements from Abyan provinces were deployed. Authorities imposed a night curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., suspending military and arms movement outside authorized missions to maintain security. The Vice Governor of Aden confirmed that the situation is stable and called on citizens to cooperate with the authorities to preserve public and private property. For the international scene, the Palestinian ambassador to the UK, Hussam Zamlot, stated that the British recognition of the State of Palestine strengthens the Palestinian voice in the United Kingdom. He explained that the recognition allows Palestinians to expand diplomatic and political advocacy, making the UK one of the 25 European countries officially recognizing Palestine. The ambassador highlighted that the opening of the Palestinian embassy in London provides a platform to engage with British institutions, defend Palestinian rights, and communicate aspirations for freedom and independence. He emphasized that this recognition is not symbolic but serves as a concrete basis for supporting diplomatic efforts toward a just peace, ending occupation, and establishing an independent Palestinian state. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.